Hi, I'm Chandra with Piano at a Glance, and in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to sit at the piano properly. Now, before we get started, I just want to mention that throughout my time teaching, I've had students sitting on office chairs, lawn chairs, and even stools. And while some of these chairs may seem comfortable to you, there's just no way you can get the right posture because you can't adjust them properly with the right height. They even swivel, and we want to avoid having any back pain, shoulder pain, or neck pain while we play. We want to have fun. So please get a piano bench. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about is where to sit on the bench. So we first want to start off by checking to see where the back of our thighs are. We don't want to be sitting all the way back where the back of our thighs are completely on the cushion. We want to be sitting on the front edge of the bench. And then the next thing that we want to do is check our distance from the keyboard. So one of the ways you can do this is by positioning yourself to where your knees are aligned with the edge of the piano. So you can kind of check, you can lift your leg and check to see if that's about right, and it is. Or you can also hold your arms out in front of you and rest the back end of your hand up against the fall board, and this should give you a good distance away from the keys also if you bring your hands down. Okay. So after we've got the bench, where we sit on the bench, the distance, we want to next check our height. So the best thing to do to check height is to look and see what your arm looks like. What's the angle? And we want to aim for an L-shaped angle, kind of about a 90-degree angle. And basically, what we want to do is check your elbow as well to see, is your elbow aligned with the top of the white keys? That's our aim. We want to make sure our elbow is level with the top of the white keys. If it isn't, then you're either too low, and if you're sitting too low, you will get this bend in our wrist that we really don't want. This just makes it really hard to play anything. And we also don't want to be sitting too high, because then we lose that bend we need in our arms. And we also just can't play like this. It's just ridiculous. So make sure that we have that nice L-shaped bend, 90-degree angle, okay? And also we want to make sure that we check our feet for balance. So if you're not using a damper pedal, then your feet would be flat on the floor and probably about shoulder width apart, just to make sure that we can sustain our balance if we're moving from one end of the keyboard down to the other end of the keyboard. So we want to be able to lean. We don't want to be scooting from one side to the other. It's just not practical, and you can't keep your balance that way. So if you are playing with the damper pedal, the left foot is really important. So when we're leaning to the right and maybe we have our foot on the damper pedal, we use our left foot to balance, okay? And even more so when you go to the left, we'll still be using our left foot to balance ourselves, okay? Now, one of the other things that's important is hand position, okay? So if we let our arms just hang down naturally, and I'm gonna stand so you can see this, but there's a natural curve that our hands make when at a relaxed state. And all you wanna do is just bring your hands up in that position and rest them on the keyboard. I know a lot of books say that hand position is like holding a ball. But when we hold a ball, it makes our fingers curve too much, okay? And it's so hard to play on the very, very tips of your fingers. You actually want to be playing more on the cushion part of your finger, okay? And pulling in your fingers also creates tension in the hand that we don't want, okay? So we want to be as tension-free as possible, okay? So we just relax the hand and just bring it up and rest. And that's the curve that we want in our hand. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about is how straight do we need to be sitting up? What's our back position like, our torso? So I know some books and some people, they will say, oh, well, sit on the piano bench, have your back up straight and your arms back, chest up, okay? But all of this creates more tension. You can feel it in your shoulder blades, and you can feel it in your shoulders up here, and it's not a comfortable position, okay? But we also don't want to be slouching in like this, okay? Because now you don't have any motion. You can't really move your arms very well, all right? And then it's just that's not practical either, okay? Because if you're like this all the time, then you're bound to start feeling some neck pain and shoulder pain, all right? So it's important to kind of find your middle ground, all right? You can kind of lean back and then go into the middle and then lean forward and then go back to center. So find your center balance with your torso, okay? And relax your shoulders. And also, you don't want to have your shoulders up like this, all right? A lot of people like to play, a lot of new piano players like to play with their arms, their shoulders up like this, and that also creates tension. So just try to stay as relaxed as possible when you're playing. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a comment down below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.